People of Ireland, do not adjust your radios. This is the emergency.
I want to take this opportunity to give you my State of the Nation address. When I was looking for inspiration for my speech, did I look to famous orators like Churchill and De Valera with their references to comely maidens fighting on the beaches of Dunkirk? No, I did not. Did I look to Barack Obama and his all-inclusive "Yes, we can"? No, I did not. Did I look to Charlie Haughey and his "tighten your belts, we're all living beyond our means" speech? You're feckin' right I didn't. I looked at a man who's been a good friend of all bankers, developers, and of course Fianna Fáil down through the ages going forward. A man who can inspire the inner child in all of us. A man who has a simple but effective philosophy. And that man is Bob the Builder. Bob the Builder, can he do it? Bob the Builder, yes he can. Brian the Taoiseach, can he do it? Brian the Taoiseach, yes he can. We all can. 50 years ago, back in the 70s, the people of Ireland hadn't an arse in their trousers. Today, we all have arses, and it's time to get up off our arses and get the country moving again, going forward. And to show I mean business, I've decided to trade on the good name of Ireland, just like Lansdowne Road and the Point Depot. The good name of Ireland is up for sale, and by God we will sell this country to the highest bidder. Thank you, and good night. But I have another one there, please, Jim.
Gentlemen, thank you. I'm Conal O'Donnell. I'd like to say on behalf of all of us here at executive level at Anglo Irish, it's nice to have the opportunity to meet with the government appointees to our board. So, without further ado, let's get on with the formal introductions. Alan Dukes, you all know, I'm sure.
Hello, everyone. I look forward to working with you all to help get us out of this present dreadful state that Anglo is in.
Next, please welcome our new board member... Are you sure about this, Miss Murphy?
Yes, Mr. O'Donnell.
Very well. Our next government appointee is Mr. Martin Foley, who you may all know better as...
The Viper, yes. And I'd just like to say I'm expecting no trouble from any of yous. Or yous have discovered a new use we have for them pens and chains you have in the counter out there, right? All of these debts is mine now, and I'm calling them in.
Very funny, yes, Mr. Foley.
That's Viper, or Mr. the Viper, to you. What do you mean, funny? Funny how?
Well, just I meant, you know, with the chains and the pens. Funny?
Like funny queer? Is that what you mean?
No, not at all. No, I meant it's...
I think he's just having you on, Donald. Isn't that right, Mr. the Viper?
Was I talking to you as far as...
All right, well, I hardly think that's...
Right, and just you keep it that way, Smokey Joe, until such time as I direct my conversation in your fucking direction.
Right so. Private dinner with the Taoiseach, anybody?
Yeah, great. Start. Yes, that'll be lovely.
Yeah, do I have to sit beside him?
People of Ireland, this is the emergency.
Welcome to the final of Bagging King Masterminds with me, Miriam O'Christ, not another baby. And with me in studio is Sean Fitzborrowings. Sean, last time we tried to speak to you, your chosen subject was not answering any questions at all.
Yeah.
This time you have chosen to try and confuse us by answering the question before last.
That's right, yeah.
And so to our first question, Shawnee, where do you have your bank accounts?
Good evening.
Complete the question on everybody's lips. To be or not to be?
Anglo Irish Bank.
Correct. What did Patrick Neary do?
That is the question.
Correct. What makes you laugh out loud?
The Irish Financial Regulator.
Correct. Who are Brian Lenihan and Brian Cowan?
Great big joke.
Correct. What is the difference between a donkey and an ass?
One's the Minister for Finance, the other's Taoiseach.
Correct. What do the legitimate 7 billion government bailout and the not-so-legitimate 7 billion Irish life and permanent lodged in Anglo have in common?
They're the same.
Correct. What is a jockstrap?
A form of support.
I'll accept that. What sort of person would borrow 87 million from a bank they are chairman of and then hide the loan in another bank at audit time every year?
A nutcase.
Correct. What Cockney slang expression would best describe you?
A merchant banker.
Correct. What makes you keep going?
Brown bread.
Correct. Is there anything that can save the economy now?
A lot of Viagra.
Correct. I started, so I'll finish. And the last question. What type of people run a bank that gives out hundreds of millions in dodgy loans to their mates so that they can invest in shares in the same bank and artificially inflate its value?
A whole lot of cunning stunts.
That's near enough. I think we can accept that. And just before we finish, I've just got a brief moment to pop out another baby. And thanks to Shawnee. It's goodbye to tens of thousands of jobs around the country from me.
And it's goodbye to ordinary people's life savings and pension funds from me.
Goodbye.
People of Ireland, all the schools, factories and shops in Ireland will be closed because of the emergency.
And just to let you know that the Taoiseach was asked to appear in the programme but burst into tears and said we were impugning his integrity and that he'd never even heard of Dermot Desmond. News now of more industrial unrest. Taxi drivers this morning began picketing Dublin Airport from 11 a.m. On the scene was our transport and camogie correspondent Angela Cudley, who's on the line now. Angela.
Yes, Pontius, I'm currently talking to you from outside Dublin Airport, where the taxi drivers are protesting by parking their cars in a big long line outside the arrivals hall. It's carnage, Pontius, carnage.
Good Lord, was there a big response from the drivers to protests there this morning?
Well, initially none of them turned up, but then 1,000 of them rang in saying they'd been round Cork Airport 2 or 3 times and couldn't find number 24.
And what's the protest about?
Well, Pontius, the taxi drivers are protesting at the issuing of too many taxi licences, which they say is endangering their livelihood. The licensing authority rush-released 12,000 licences this morning to cope with the sudden absence of taxis in Dublin city centre.
And there are further protests planned.
That's right, Pontius. A separate group of drivers are also planning to march from Parnell Square to government buildings later today. But there is some dispute amongst these protesters as to whether to go by the quays at that hour. An official taxi driver spokesman said he couldn't see past United for the title now and asked me if I was going anywhere for the holidays.
Angela Cudley there. We'll keep you posted on that story, but now it's time to pause for the Angelus. And just a reminder that this pause for prayer is now subject to the new government time levy. And it's over to the Met Office for the weather.
There will be no weather forecast tonight because of the emergency.
Sieg Heil, mein Taoiseach. Gruppenführer Wilhelm O'D here reporting from the Eastern Front. It's not looking good, mein Taoiseach. Shannongrad is taking a terrible pounding. The Luftbrine Airwaffe is down to only 3 planes a week flying in. And Air Vice Marshal Goring O'Leary says he soon won't be flying any planes in here at all.
For fucking sake, O'D, we will do this thing my way. My way, do you understand? I want those fucking planes at Shannongrad.
I know, mein Taoiseach. And if Obama gets his way, we soon won't even have the feckin' rendition flights landed here. Another money spinner gone kaput.
Shite.
Too feckin' right, mein Taoiseach. Sure, what's the point of manufacturing bombs if you're not going to use them?
What we need is another 9/11 to get the fucking economy going again. I know where I'd like to put a fucking bomb.
Under Kilmore and Button?
No, under ex-Chancellor Count von Wuchenberti. He got us into this mess in the first place.
Can be Taoiseach, do you want someone to break his other leg? I have a crack unit in the Myros Waffen SS, the Carnaby Dundon gang. It'd be a change for them to kill someone for a reason.
Yeah, think about it. In the meantime, I want you to get someone to build me a fortified Führer bunker under Farm Lee. The way this war is going, I might need it.
Sure, well, mein Taoiseach. Sieg Heil!